Some people don't go to work expecting safety. They go expecting survival. Because in certain jobs, one mistake doesn't mean failure, it means death. And right now in 2026, these jobs still exist. Deep sea fishing. Out in the open ocean, there is no stability. Only waves, wind, and machines pulling against human strength. Commercial fishing remains one of the deadliest jobs in the world. Workers face storms, slippery decks, heavy nets, and equipment that can drag a person into the water in seconds. There is no fast help at sea. No quick rescue. A single fall overboard can end everything before anyone even notices, and still, ships leave every day. Because what happens next at sea is never predictable. Fishing escalation. When storms hit, the ship becomes uncontrollable. Metal moves. Water rises. Balance disappears. Falling overboard is not the only danger. Even staying on board can be deadly. Heavy gear swings without warning. Winches snap under pressure. And fatigue builds slowly, until reaction time fails at the worst moment. But crews keep working because stopping isn't an option once they're too far from shore, and what happens when the ocean turns violent is only the beginning. Logging industry. Deep inside forests, another danger exists. Logging is consistently ranked as the deadliest job in the United States. Workers operate chainsaws, harvesters, and massive falling trees in unstable terrain. One miscalculation can send a tree crashing without warning. They call them widowmakers, branches or trunks that fall unexpectedly from above. Even experienced workers cannot fully predict how a tree will fall. The ground itself adds danger. Mud, slope, and weather turn simple movement into risk. Heavy machines can flip instantly, and unlike controlled environments, forests don't offer second chances. Every cut changes the entire structure of the environment around them. And sometimes, that change comes too fast to escape. Logging escalation. Even with experience, survival is never guaranteed. Fatigue builds after long hours. Focus drops for a second, and that single second is enough. Chainsaws slip. Logs roll. Machines shift balance. There is no warning before impact, and in remote forests, help is far away, sometimes unreachable in time, but the work continues anyway, because entire industries depend on what comes out of these forests, and the risk is simply part of the job. Construction/ironworkers. High above the ground, another group works in silence. Ironworkers build the skeletons of cities, steel beams. Skyscrapers. Bridges, but they often do it hundreds of feet in the air. One slip is not recoverable. Wind becomes a physical force. Balance becomes unstable. Even simple movement requires precision. Construction remains one of the most dangerous industries worldwide due to falls and equipment hazards. A dropped tool doesn't just fall, it becomes a weapon below, and yet, construction never stops, because every city skyline depends on the people willing to stand where most cannot. Construction escalation. The danger isn't always dramatic, sometimes it is slow, heat exhaustion. Muscle failure. Mental fatigue, then a small mistake. A misplaced step. A loosened grip. And everything changes instantly. Safety systems exist, harnesses, rails, training, but human error is never fully removed, and gravity always wins the final decision. Still, workers return the next day, because the structure they build becomes permanent, even if the risk behind it is not. Mining and underground work. Beneath the surface, another world exists. Mining is one of the most hazardous occupations due to confined space, toxic gases, and heavy machinery. Underground tunnels can collapse without warning, air quality can shift in minutes, explosions, equipment failures, and structural instability are constant threats. Workers often operate in darkness, far from natural escape routes. If something goes wrong, exit is not immediate. It is delayed. And delay can be fatal. Despite modernization, mining still carries extreme risk in many regions around the world. Because demand for minerals never stops, and the deeper the need goes, the deeper people must enter danger to extract it. Underwater welding. Far below the surface, another extreme job exists. Underwater welding combines electricity, pressure, and zero visibility environments. Workers repair oil rigs, pipelines, and ship hulls underwater. Every task requires precision in conditions where vision is limited and pressure is intense. Electricity and water together create constant danger. Equipment failure underwater can be unrecoverable instantly. Divers often work in isolation, far from immediate rescue. Fatigue and pressure combine into one of the most mentally demanding jobs on Earth. And unlike land-based jobs, there is no quick escape to safety, only ascent, slow, controlled, and limited by physics itself, but industries still rely on it. Because without it, entire infrastructures at sea would fail. These jobs still exist for one reason, because the world depends on them, and someone always accepts the risk. But the real question isn't why they exist, it's how many accidents happen unseen every year, in places most people will never visit. And some say, there are jobs even more dangerous, that are never officially recorded at all.